Hey, Egg Teacher Christmas here, coming at you with another video. Well, it's a bright November day, so it's perfect for working on Christmas lights. Sorry if I'm all squinty. It is super bright. So one of the things that's kind of hard about Christmas displays, at least with me, is I make a different display every single year. So though some of my songs may repeat, and some of the elements may be the same, you're not going to find them in the same spots year to year. I do kind of different themes. And last year's theme was candy canes. And this year it's going to be really big Christmas light bulbs. So I started putting them out in a row. And this was kind of what I was thinking about doing, was just a big long row like that. And I don't know, my Mrs. Egg Teacher Christmas was looking at it, and she's like, you know, you did kind of that last year. You had them in a row in the yard last year. You can't do that again. And I'm like, but I got 12. And she's like, no, you need to do something else. So we were doing some brainstorming, and one of the things with Christmas decorating is you try things out. So you may set them up, put them there for a day or two, see if you like them, and if not, you put them in a new location. So let's go look. It's over here. So one of the things that I actually really enjoy about my house is I've got a great big canvas that is right in front. And that canvas is that deck railing up there. And that's where I've decided that I need to put those really big Christmas lights. So these are, well, I mean, these are jumbo Christmas lights. I have really big lights, which are like a quarter the size or an eighth the size. But I think that's where this batch is going to go. And I'm still going to do the cord, so the cord is still going to go up there, but I think I'm going to put the lights up there. And the other thing is I want it to look like a regular light string. Though, you know, orderly is really kind of nice for programming, and it looks nice and clean. The one thing I've noticed about Christmas lights is when you compare like regular Christmas light strings compared to what they call RGB pixels. RGB pixels are the Christmas lights that you can change colors. So you can turn it red, green, purple, yellow, orange, whatever color you want, and do that with each individual bulb. So the RGB lights. The thing about those is they're so straight and orderly to be able to display patterns on them. They don't look like Christmas. They look more like a TV screen with very poor resolution, in my opinion. And if I were to put all of these in a straight line, I think it would kind of have that same effect. It takes away a little bit of the novelty when you have them all straight. So with this, I'm actually going to work on putting them up in a different pattern. So you see, none of those bulbs are at the same angle. And those are kind of the four angles that I'm going to work with. You know, one will go to the left, one goes to the right, one goes straight down, left, right, you know, and I'm going to kind of mix that pattern up. So it looks like you set a string of, you know, C9 Christmas light bulbs out on on a rail. You know, a lot of times they're all jumbled, and it looks more vintage that way, because that's the idea. This is supposed to look like a really super giant wombo-sized Christmas light. So with those, you want them to look like that and feel like that, because I'm going to have a cord that's all twisted too and a big plug. So I thought, you know, I better make the lights look the same. So that's why they're not going to be the same angle. The other thing is with these Christmas lights, there is a footprint to them, and we'll go look at that footprint. So this is like a 10-inch diameter circle, and it's going to be flush on my ground from the first part of November all the way to the end of November. And as you can kind of see here, it's left a circle there. And that circle is going to be dead grass. It's going to be dead yellow grass after Christmas. And I don't really want that. I have worked so hard to get this front yard to grow and actually be a thick green grass. Yeah, there's clover in it, and there's a few weeds and several different types of grass. But here where we've got such poor soil, it's hard to keep grass looking good. And I've worked hard at that, and I don't want to lose it. So I didn't really want to put them in the yard. And it just doesn't inspire me this year. But I think off the railing with the cord and the plugs, I think it's going to look whimsical enough that I think it's going to look really, really nice. And also, one of my neighbors is not super a fan of Christmas lights set up in November. They want to see them like in December. But, you know, with the animated lighting, I've got to have time to do that. So it's not something I can wait on. It needs to go up now. You know, like I'm delayed putting lights in the tree because it's still got leaves on it. Yeah, it makes it really hard to put up strings when you got leaves to work around. So that's going to wait. And then the other thing is I'm going to grid the yard again this year. So I'm going to put lines of Christmas lights in the yard. And I need all the leaves to be gone before I do that, because otherwise they get caught in the leaves, and then it provides path to ground, and you get the channels shorting out and tripping the GFCI circuits. So there needs to be a lot done there. So I think the really big lights are going to go up. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with the nativity this year. So I don't know if it's going to be in its own spot or if it's going to be off to the side. But this is where the nativity also ran last year. The big light string was that way, and then the nativity was in through here. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But anyway, I figured you would want a little bit of an update. So there is the really big light strings. I think we're going to move them, and then I think I'm going to film a little bit more videos when I start putting the cord up there. And I've only got enough cord for like 6 bulbs of the big foam imitation cord, and I've got more in a car that I'm going to work on in a little bit. Actually, I should probably go grab those right now and get them all zip tied together and painted so they can dry before it gets too late. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Keep those lights a twinkling. Merry Christmas. Ag Teacher Christmas out.